Good morning, good morning. This is Jacqueline Richardson, Miss JJ Diamond, Jackie, Deja, whatever y'all call me. I want to first thank God to be alive. There's still people dying out here from this COVID. The numbers are getting worse. So y'all got to be careful. Continue to wash your hands, hand sanitize. I try to tell y'all, I know buying hand sanitizer is expensive. Buying the disinfectants are expensive. However, you got to look at your life and look at how much you're worth. Are you worth keeping everything around you clean enough not to catch this thing? And that's how you got to look at it, guys. Y'all got to really, pay attention to this thing. You know, until God said it's over, it'll be over. For right now, this is what we got to deal with. Accept it, deal with it. This should be in your daily shopping cart. Disinfectants, hand sanitizer. It's everywhere now. We had a shortage, of course, because people wasn't up on it. Buying the hand sanitizer on a regular basis, so they didn't know how many numbers would sell. However, now they know it's out there. Get the stuff. Protect yourself. Wash your hands on a regular basis. Take off them dirty clothes when you come in the house. This is just what it is. You have to do it. Anyway, let's check the weather today. Alexa, what's the weather today here in Charlotte?
Currently, in Charlotte, it's 36 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect mostly sunny weather, with a high of 61 degrees and a low of 36 degrees. By the way, you can also ask me questions about sunrise and sunset times. Try asking, what time is sunset?
Alexa, what time is sunset?
Sunset on Thursday, December 10th will be 5:12 p.m.
Alexa, thank you.
You bet. Enjoy the sunshine.
Alexa, I will. Okay. Ooh, a little sleepy, y'all.
Say that again?
No, I was saying I was a little sleepy.
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Okay, well, great. She will keep a conversation going, y'all. Yeah, it's starting to warm up a little bit again, which is great because it has been cold out there. I had to throw on a coat the other day. I was like, what is going on? But, it is what it is. You always got to be ready. Today I want to talk about, I want to tell y'all, yesterday I didn't get on my podcast. I do apologize. I had a doctor's appointment. As I told y'all, I've been dealing with a lot of pain lately, And normally, I don't go through pain that much, but it's been really, really bad lately due to working at Amazon. However, I've been soaking in the products that I'm presenting to you guys. And it's been getting better, but then as soon as I go back to work, it hurt it again. So I said, you know what, this time I'm going to the doctor. So I went to the doctor, come to find out. And I don't understand this now. I'm kind of, it's weird to me. The doctors told me I had scoliosis. They took x-rays. I seen it for myself. I seen it. I should have took a picture of the x-ray. I had the right to, but I didn't. I just wasn't thinking about it at the time because I was kind of shocked, about hearing this because I've had x-rays all my life. I've been in 2 car accidents. I had x-rays, I had MRIs, and not one doctor mentioned to me in all my years of living that I had scoliosis. Okay, so I've always thought that you was born with scoliosis. Now, my first husband, he had scoliosis. He had surgery. Okay. So I was like kind of like blown when he said, and he was born with it. Okay. So kind of like blew me for a loop because I'm like, huh? All these years I've been out here, like I said, got all of these x-rays done, MRIs, and nobody ever mentioned that I had scoliosis. So where did the scoliosis come from? You know what I mean? Now, I don't know. I'm going to do some research and see that if you do a lot of strenuous work, if your body can create it, And then I thought that scoliosis was only where your back, your spine curves, okay, in one direction. It doesn't only curve in one direction, but sometimes it can actually curve to the side and inward. Okay, and that's how mine is. So that's why I get a lot of pain in my back. I was wondering what was happening to me. I've been a dancer for a very long time. I know that I had the accident and it impacted my body, but I just couldn't understand why certain ways I move, I'll get a sharp pain. And if y'all see me, I'm like a little stiff now, than the way I used to be. And my daughter, she had mentioned it to me. She said, "Mommy, why are you so stiff? Because if I move a certain way, I'm gonna get that sharp pain down my back and in my buttocks, and it's like so intensifying. I already know how much to move in order not to get that pain. So, but it's still boggling me because I'm saying to myself, like, I've never been told about this. And I've been getting x-rays and MRIs since I was in my 20s because due to the accidents that I've had. So it's like kind of like it takes for me to become 50 years old, move to Charlotte for them to see that I have scoliosis, or is this something that was in the works in my body and I just never knew? You know what I mean? Yeah, so I had two issues going on. They say I got some kind of tear in my knee area on the, I guess it's the muscle. It's a tear in there. They gave me options. They gave me the options to either go and get it repaired or to get cortisone shots. Y'all know I'm not big on putting stuff in my body. And then they have to give you anesthesia, and I'm not big on anesthesia either. Every time I've had anesthesia, I got very sick. When I had a DNC back when I was young, I got very sick. I lost a lot of blood. I did get infections. They had a hard time waking me up. It was terrible, This is why one of the reasons why I go get my teeth. When I get my teeth pulled, I get my teeth pulled awoke. I want local where I can say awoke. They just numb the area and pull my teeth because when I go to, be put to sleep on anesthesia, bad things happen, So, not only that, I lost my niece, God bless her soul. Tiffany, she was only 20 something years old and she went under anesthesia to get a simple surgery that everybody gets to get the gallbladder removed, and she didn't make it out of the surgery room. So, things like that make you think twice about going to surgery. Then, I had an issue where they gave me when I had my daughter. I had my daughter at 38 years old, and they told me, you're 38. At this point of life, you can choose the date you want your child born on. We'll give you epidural and, let you, be pain free. So, I was all for it, like, hey, all these young girls are getting these epidurals. Why not try it? I've always given birth natural, no medicine, nothing. Okay. And why people they always want to call when I'm on my podcast. I'm gonna have to call these people back. I got the epidural, people, before I can get in my bloodstream good enough and my spine good enough. My blood pressure started dropping dramatically. And all I could hear during that time is, we're losing her. And they had to put something in there to flush it out to stop my body from going numb with this anesthetic. And, when you get this type of things happen to you, you're not in control. It's the worst thing because what can you possibly do? They putting stuff in your IV, and this is why I don't go to the doctor much, y'all. They putting stuff in your IV. I don't know if y'all seen me on Facebook flipping out about getting my records from Maryland to Charlotte because I need these people to know what's going on with me and what affects me, because God forbid if something happened and I have to go to surgery, it's a 50-50 chance. You know what I mean? Because of the things that I go through. Being allergic to so much stuff, having so many problems with my body, accepting certain things. It's not an easy battle, people. It really messes with you mentally because it's like you're not normal. You know, you're not like everybody else and can accept anything. You know, so you got to be real careful. A lot of people think that I'm strange. But it's not strange. It's my lifestyle. I have no other choice because I have to choose between life and death, or pain and being healthy. It's not an easy factor. Same with a person on diabetes. Or a person that has a serious illness and they know they can't do certain things, so they have to, pretty much they just have to deal with the fact that they have this illness and they have to live a certain lifestyle. And like I said, a lot of people don't agree with my lifestyle, but you don't have to live my lifestyle because you don't have the illnesses that I have. I'm different. So don't knock me because I was born with this body that says it doesn't like foreign substances. Okay, it just doesn't like foreign substances, and I can't control that. That's out of my control. So this is the things that they want me to do. Try to figure out if I want to take that 50-50 chance and go to surgery. And it's like I told the doctor. I'm like, y'all know how I am, y'all. When I hear dummy talking to me, I get real arrogant, and I especially when they're supposed to be smarter than me. And I try not to be that way, but sometimes they say some dumb stuff, and I just be like, why? Why are you supposed to be smarter than me? You know what I mean? And he was saying, I said to him like, he was like, well, the surgery is easy and blah blah blah. Okay, it's a 50-50 chance you make it or not. It's a 50-50 chance I make it or not, is what he said. And that's what blew me for a loop. I was ready to give him the blues, y'all. But I had to hold myself, because I don't like people in the city knowing that I can really act ugly, especially when you are one of the peoples in the city that the people listen to, when you go out to these different doctors' offices or organizations and the people listen to you. So you don't want a bad outlook, and say, oh, well, she was evil, she was mean, because they're never going to tell their side, you know what I mean? But anyway, so I had to tell him, I said, well, you got the COVID. I said, we got the COVID going on right now. I said, take off your mask. He said, no, I have to have my mask on. Why? Because I don't want to catch the COVID. Okay, it's same difference. I don't want to go into surgery and die. It's a 50-50 chance. This is why we have on our masks during the COVID, because it's a 50-50 chance. You never know. But if you're taking precautions, you could possibly be safe and live. In surgery, it's not, they can't take precautions. Put it like that. You know what I mean? Granted, yeah, they know, okay, well, her body is doesn't like anesthesia. So, we have to be aware every moment. But they still may not be able to save me. So why would I put myself in that realm? I have an 11-year-old daughter. It's not like all my kids is grown. And I'm like, shoot, I'll do this thing. But if I don't live, I don't live. If I do, I do. I'm not at that point of life yet. My kids are still growing. They still need me. I like living. You know what I mean? So I'm not taking a chance of going up under the knife with this anesthesia. And I make it out. I told him, I said, that would be idiotic. And he just looked at me and he was like, yeah. And I'm like, you a doctor, really? You know that it's idiotic. Then so he told me about the surgery for my back. Okay, he said, I really don't need it now. And he said, well, you might need it, down the line because it's going to get worse and worse. So I'm like, okay, well, what's the surgery about with that? So he told me, he said, well, if you don't want to get surgery on your knee, you definitely ain't going to want to get surgery on your back. Okay, so what's going to happen to my back years down the line? You know what I mean? Am I going to be in a wheelchair? Am I going to be, with a walker? Well, what am I going to be? Tell me. You know what I mean? So I could prepare for these things. Do I need to have 20 grand so I can have me a rolling wheelchair? I need to know. You know what I mean? So I can roll around with everybody else. You know? But he couldn't tell me because he doesn't know. He claimed he doesn't know how long it's going to take for it to, get that bad. Excuse me, y'all. So now I feel like, okay, to get my back, if I keep living the life that I live where I'm moving around all the time, dancing all the time, it's going to affect it even worse, and it's going to get bad faster. So it's time for me to rest my body. I've been running and working and stuff, and I tell y'all all the time since I was 12 years old, okay, and I'm now 50. So y'all count the years. The body is tired. The body needs to rest. The body needs to heal. And I have a strong belief that God medicines heal the body. God, when we work out, it heals the body, but I have to allow my body to do that. I can't be under strenuous stuff every single day of my life, and that's my life, because I have kids, I have a family, I have to clean, I have to cook, I have to go to work, I have to, I'm always doing something. So it's time for me to slow some things down, and this is why I was telling y'all, even like with the music industry, everybody's like, no, don't leave. The music thing is going to get better. It's going to get better. Why waste my time on something? And this is my theory, y'all. Why waste my time on something that's not giving me enough money to survive within a year? Okay, unless I'm doing shows. And if I do strenuous shows, okay, it can possibly hurt me for life. Okay, so when I get out there to perform and do a show, okay, I need to be paid well because I got to be able to save my money to have the things that I need when my body actually shuts down. Okay, right now I'm not in shutdown mode totally, okay, but say 20 years from now when I'm like 7 years old, I may need some type of wheelchair, some ramps, some stuff to get me upstairs in my house. That stuff costs money. So I'm not going out there breaking my tail and I'm not getting paid my worth for the damage that I'm going to be doing to my body. I'm not going to do that. Okay? So believe me, if I come out there to perform, they paying me 6 figures. I'm not coming out there for nothing. Okay? A little 10, 20, 30 grand. My thing has went up now. It's getting higher and higher. The more and more I find out about things in my body and how sensitive my body is, it gets higher and higher. Okay? Because I know my worth. Okay? So I just have to, throw that out there. I want to talk about today, even though I spent a lot of time talking about that, I want to talk about the difference of things today in the industry. Like I was listening to Burberry from Power 98 today. He was talking about how the Grammys asked Tiffany Haddish to supply all her stuff for herself to do an interview with them. And I'm like, huh? Now, back in the day, these companies cut checks. Now they want you to pay. And I don't get it. I don't get it. What are they doing to the industry? What are they doing? This is crazy. It's like everybody wants you to pay to do something. Ever since these companies like Universal, there's other couple of companies out here, charge to distribute music and stuff like that. People couldn't get to just that, but we accept that. However, it didn't always become worth it because the songs didn't always go, sell as much as they supposed to. So, or should have, because the marketing wasn't there. Then that's when they start saying, okay, you remember the reason why this person sold this amount of albums or whatever the case may be is because they had $1 million promotion package. Meaning, just like, okay, I'm gonna use. Let me think. I'm going to use Janet Jackson, for instance. When she was coming out with a new song or new album, living in New York, because I'm from New York, we went to 42nd Street. She had billboards everywhere. Even Diddy. I'm going to use Diddy, for instance, too. Even Diddy. If he was getting ready to drop something, billboards was everywhere. We knew Diddy was coming. That's just what it was. They don't do that anymore. Okay? Because people don't want to spend the money. So what they do now is they get all over social media and they broadcast it all over social media. We don't see billboards anymore. Okay, I do believe Megan Thee Stallion she did one recently. Now, when I was talking to some of the people in the industry, and I'm telling them, look, I want billboards when I drop my albums. They was looking at me like I was crazy. What do you mean? What are you in this for? Because the people that I've watched, they either almost billionaires or are billionaires. Okay, so I'm not coming in this thing to be lollygagging. Okay? And, they was looking at me like I'm crazy. No, you're crazy because you the one who excuse me. I think I did hit the explicit. You the one who pussyfoot around and get and working for anybody, getting a little 100,000 here, 100,000 there, and think you're doing something. There's big stars in this thing. Okay? And I was born around the time that they were out here. Okay, and looking at people like Diddy. I walk past, matter of fact, I could be standing at a bus stop and come through and see Diddy's face, okay, on the bus when I drive past. Like, wasn't that Diddy on there? That was Diddy. What is he doing now? So, I laugh at some of these other stars that think they really doing something. You doing nothing, So that's why I was honored, people, when Diddy took my picture and, put it under social media, under Spotify and put their album. It was Bad Boys, Lil' Kim, of course, Biggie, all of their music. I was the face to their album, and that was big for me. You understand? Because I come up in their era. You know what I mean? So that was like huge for me. Like, my face was a part of them. So when people they had a post, on Facebook. If you wanted to be like any producer, what producer would you want to be like? And they had Bad Boys, they had, a couple of other ones. And I chose Diddy. Because Diddy did it big. Okay, especially coming from where he came from. And we knew him. He walked around the streets all the time. Like I said, I never personally, physically met him, sat in a room with him, but I knew his people. You know what I mean? And there was other people that did know him because he was always on the go. However, he did his thing. And we respected it. We respected everything that he was doing and how he did it. Okay? You knew that he was on top. And if he wasn't on top, he was about to be because he put that money out there to invest in himself. It was nothing like going down to Fifth Avenue. This is the best thing ever. To see a person from our hood have clothes on Fifth Avenue. It was nothing. I just, it brings tears to my eyes, because y'all think that this man, just woke up and became the man he is. That man put in a lot of hard work. And he tries to tell y'all on a daily basis, like, y'all don't even know what I went through. And he did go through a lot. We heard about it. The streets is always talking. So things that he go through, somebody run their mouth, it hit the streets. And we like, damn, did he went through that? Wow, that's messed up, So we know about the ups and the downs of this industry. But then when you got some of these dummies that came in afterwards, and yeah, I'm calling them dummies because I'm tired of them coming at me when I'm not even from your era. We did things differently. This is why our money is different. And then you coming at me like, ain't no way possible you can do this or do that. What do you mean? I've been out here getting money before you even thought about dropping an album. So it really it kills me. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to understand how these things are so different. I'm just trying to understand. Granted, Diddy is still standing strong because the way he did his things, he's gonna be here forever. When he's gone, okay, he's gonna be here. But people don't get it. They don't get it. I just don't. I don't understand. The theory of some of these people. I just don't get it. The way they think. It's crazy. I have a mentality of my era. And that's why y'all see me succeed in certain things that y'all like, how? Because my mentality comes back from my era. And my people that trained me from back then was people like Diddy, Dre, okay? So I've learned from them. One from the East, one from the West, okay? I paid attention to them. I'm not paying attention to what y'all do. I don't get me wrong. I added on. I added stuff on to what's going on today. But these are the guys that I pay attention to. People like Dougie. The things that he's doing. The people that grew up in my era and has been successful. Janet Jackson. These are the people from my era. The people that I was going, another one, Whitney and Bobby. Even though Whitney didn't make it, But these people were mega rich. It wasn't like the artists today. And they still getting their royalties from back then. So why would I play the part of what y'all doing when I come from that era? I mean, I'm trying to understand. How do y'all expect me to play the part of something totally new when I come from an era that was getting real money? Okay? That was investing in themselves so when they get older, they can sit down. That they wouldn't still be working. Even though you see Diddy every now and again, he gets up and, he does more teaching now than anything. But, I mean, in reality, look at the facts, people. Look at the facts. You got some people that took breaks. They took a break and said, all right, well, I'm going back in. It makes me feel lonely in this industry. Because I got to be out here. And I'm not saying that I don't like the kids. I love the kids because they love me. But sometimes I want to hang out with people from my era so they can understand where my mindset is. Shout out to Snoop. I wanted to say shout out to Snoop. He's wanting to know where my mindset is. What is it? The crimes, 19 crimes, I think it is. It's called. We have it now here in Charlotte. Just wanted to let y'all know that it's only at one Publix that I've seen so far, and that's South Park. When it comes to retail, and I hope Snoop listens to this. When it comes to retail, that's the wrong Publix for it to be in. However, it is in a wealthy area, but Charlotte is not poor. So I just wanted to let y'all know that. Yeah, it may look poor, and they working on it, and granted, yeah, that South Park is the money, but that's not where it's going to sell, Okay, and I just wanted to tell Publix that and tell Snoop that it needs to come to a little bit closer to I'm not gonna say the hood area, but because I'm gonna tell y'all, rich people don't buy very expensive wines. Okay, and I shouldn't be telling y'all this. I'm putting out these secrets. Because more of the expensive wines are a little bit more fake than the real wines. You know, I had a little class with an Italian that made wine, and he explained the whole detail of it to me. And I don't want to get into that because this podcast is not about that. You know what I mean? But you have some wines that is made really, really fast. Okay? Because people are trying to get it off the shelves. You know, so when it's too expensive, when you start getting into them wines that's $20 a bottle and better, it's not all that great of a wine. You know, for people that think spending more money is always best, you know, that's not always true. Okay? So I just want to throw that out there. You know, I deal with people on a regular basis, and this has been for many, many years. I deal with a lot of people that is money. Okay? And they will tell me the facts of things. Okay? I've been dealing with millionaires all my life. Okay? And I finally met about 7 years ago a billionaire that I was able to stand in front of and talk to, you know, for a few minutes. And, you know, he came to me. I ain't come to him. He came to me. So, you know, I just attract these type of people. And then they tell me some of the facts about what's really going on out here with certain things. You know what I mean? However, Snoop wine is like in the middle. So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna get me a bottle. I just wanted to see every store that is in. Maybe they're working on putting it at other places. But I seen them marketing another brand of it somewhere else. You know, they had that on the front line. But South Park had this particular one. They need to move it around. I think it would sell a little bit better at the Randolph Publix. Excuse me. I personally think it would sell better at the Randolph Publix. And it would definitely sell probably at the Matthews Publix as well. Not Matthews, Mint Hill. It'll probably sell there as well. You got to know your customers. And, you know, being that I'm out here in the retail world here in Charlotte, you know, they already gave me Maryland. I've been out in the retail world in Maryland now. They got me doing it in Charlotte too. I know the area. I know the people. And I'm going to tell you how well I know the people. I was doing a batch the other day. Well, yesterday, I think it was. And the lady, you know, based on what she ordered, you know, you got to know how to pick what they want, you know, if they don't answer the phone. So they didn't have something that she wanted, and I'm looking, I'm like, okay, she wanted. And see, this is all knowing about foods, so you got to know about foods. She wanted all grain, you know, and they didn't have it. And I'm like, ooh, what am I going to choose? They had like 5 different alternatives there. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to pick? So then I seen the quinoa and some other grains, you know, and I'm like, okay, they didn't have this one, but she likes grains. So quinoa is a grain. You know, you got to know all of these things, people. So, I mean, to be able to do what I do. Okay. So I said, okay, I'm going to pick this one for her. So then finally she answered. So she said, well, give me the orange one. So I said, this one, because I had already picked it. I'm going. I'm in a whole nother aisle doing me, you know. She was like, yeah, that one. I said, okay, great. I know this customer, you know. You have to learn the people. You have to learn what they like, what area of people is in a certain area to buy certain products, you know, to maximize your sales. You know, sales is not as easy people think they are, you know. But, I became a pro at it, and I'm thankful. I'm blessed. You know, I may have some downfalls, like with different illnesses or whatever, but it doesn't take my mind away, and it doesn't take away what I've learned over the years, over a 15-year span, So yeah, but congratulations. I'm glad to see that here in Charlotte. I smile. All I could do is smile when I seen it, because his mindset is on the right mindset. If you're going to do something, do it. Why waste people's time and energy? If you're going to do something, do it. And that's where I'm at. Y'all wondering what's taking me so long, because I'm doing my stuff a certain type of way, and y'all see the end result. Okay? I'm from a different era. I'm trying to go to the top with the billionaires, And like Snoop felt like he was behind, so he's trying to go there too. You know what I mean? And I mean, he got way more money than me, but he's starting to see some things like, yo, I need to move this stuff the right way, and y'all need to pay attention. Y'all really need to pay attention. So sometimes y'all be fearing stuff that doesn't even make sense to fear. When it's going to benefit you long term. Granted, you may not always have the funds to do it, but you wait until you get it. You don't want to take that extra step. And then you sitting back later on like, oh, why this happened this way? Because you didn't take the right steps. So that's all I'm saying. I sit back and I watch. That's what I do. Because since, y'all think y'all doing this thing better than me, I sit back and watch. And that's just what it is. And I say it again, I come from a different era. And, there's certain things, just like when my people was coming up, they would tell me stuff and I'd be like, oh, I ain't listen to that. But there's a lot of stuff that I needed to hold on to, for what they told me all from the past. I had to hold on to it. You can't just delete the past. Stop, y'all keep saying that. Like, forget about the past. You can't forget about the past. Because people are being taught every single day. So even if okay, my daughter, I'm 50 and my daughter's 11. And you got to remember now, a lot of the people in my era, if they didn't have babies young, they had them real old. Okay? So those kids are coming up right now. And they're being taught by older people that was taught by older people. There's going to always be people out here that's going to know the past. So you can't delete the past. You can't just get rid of the past. And we need it to remember how things was working and how people were successful. You got people like, I'm going to use Donald Trump, for instance. This was a man that was a billionaire that worked hard with his family. His family worked hard, his father. They struggled. And next thing you know, they got casinos and hotels everywhere. He was like our biggest idol in New York. Like, it's unreal. Like, look at this building. And when you got a man like him kind of weary about the way things are being done, y'all need to pay attention. Okay? Y'all need to pay attention. That's what I'm saying. Because you got to remember, Trump comes from the era before me. So when he made it, we were all looking up to him. Okay? So we look at things a little bit different as older people. But we grasping on to how you younger ones are doing stuff. Now, y'all theory is kill up everybody. That's not how things went down back in the 90s. Yeah, okay, we might have had a couple of rappers that got killed, Biggie and Tupac. But it was unheard of to hear rappers getting shot and killed over music. It was just unheard of. Them two had a rival. We don't know what was going on. But, you have so many stories. Could have been people in the street. It could have been the government. We don't know. But the fact still remains. That was only two guys that had a rivalry. And they both disappeared. Okay? Like I said, we didn't hear about all these rappers and stuff getting shot and killed. And who does that? It's just music. Music is made to make us feel good. So why are people out here being killed over it? So, so I'm not... People being hurt to get fame. I mean, it's not right. It's just not right, y'all. What's going on is not right. And this is why they calling back out the rappers and the singers from back in the day. Because they need to get rid of all of this stuff that's going on. Because it doesn't make any sense. Y'all ruining music. Okay? So they calling us out, saying, hey, we got to keep you. We need you. We need you. We need you. As long as y'all can stay alive, we're going to help y'all stay alive because we need y'all. Because these people out here are sick. They ain't letting anybody up in this industry now. Okay, the industry had this bad thing about the people wasn't healthy or the people was on drugs, I'd rather have that talk than to have the talk of these rappers and these, people getting hurt, their lives being exploited to the lowest, I'd rather that than to have us hearing another rapper has gotten killed because of somebody else's animosity. Doesn't make sense. Things are done so differently. So it's like, this is the wrong time for you to come back into this thing. But they holding me on, they got me holding on. They want me to stay for another era. And I'm going to do as much as I possibly can to show these newer artists how things have been done. I'm working on a Christmas song right now. Y'all know I had one with Beyonce. Y'all can get to see that on YouTube. But I'm working on another one of my own. And the artists that's out there right now, you got artists like Mary J. Blige, Mariah Carey, Janet Jackson. A lot of the older artists, they're still working to show y'all the way this industry was supposed to be done. We all did Christmas songs. I don't hear nobody with a Christmas song from the new era. Why? Back in the day, Run DMC, LL, all of them had Christmas songs. Because this is the way the industry, we target the holidays. All y'all could think about is shaking butts. And that's it. And then get mad when your fans are tired of you. Why? Chris Brown got Christmas song. There's so many artists from back in the day that did things the right way and they still here today. But then y'all get mad when y'all can't then y'all want to kill up other people or y'all want to hurt yourselves because y'all not getting the fan base that y'all feel like y'all deserve. But you not doing the right stuff. This is Jacqueline Richard Simmons, JJ Diamond, Jackie Deja, whatever y'all call me. I love y'all and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Y'all, I'm disgusted. Y'all hear it in my voice.